let me officially welcome you to the Ownage / Tasty Spleen.tv coverage of Milton v. Locktar here on ZTN. Phil, you with us? Well, maybe not, but right now we're going to be seeing Locktar spawning rocket launcher, mega health. It's going to be Milton grabbing the first red armor, so pretty even stat between these guys right off the bat. One guy getting one item, the other guy getting the other, and right now we have a fight over the hallway. Grenades and rockets being thrown out. A bit of damage initially done by Locktar, but he's got the advantage here where he's still got his back to this. Going through the teleporter, he avoids taking that damage. Faces off Milton with a rocket launcher and ends up taking red armor as well. So far, definitely keeping a strong eye on the armor. Not really making the play for Mega yet, but still a fragless game 30 seconds in. And on ZTN, it's a little bit surprising. These guys just feeling out each other right now. Doing kind of a standard play here, just kind of, you know, playing for the position, not really playing for the frags right now, wanting to see where that straw is going to break. And so far, Locktar getting a bit of damage done, a little bit of LG done by Milton, but so far, Locktar looking really strong here. Milton taking damage all around. Locktar just keeping a good, advantageous position here. There's really been very little time when Locktar plays where Milton can really lay in a lot of damage. Turning his back against Milton on the LG, though, is going to be giving Milton first blood here on ZTN. Just about 1 minute in, and now that is red armor full up for Milton, and that LG against an unarmored Locktar. Locktar is going to have a lot of work to do to get back to a place where he can stack up and fend off against Milton's LG. Right now, actually, Locktar has an LG of his own, just picked up rocket launcher as well, and is looking to make a play for the next red armor. Sees Milton just dropping down, and is wise to stay out of it right now because Milton is about as stacked up as he can get. Right now, we're seeing Milton rolling on Locktar so far here on ZTN, grabbing red armor once again, and Locktar's main key here will be staying away, getting in the ambush damage on red armor, but so far Milton's been very cognizant of where Locktar is all the time, and there's a little bit of surprise there, but Stack is going to win out, and Milton is going to take yet another frag. Milton getting knocked down to 84-56 after that, but the timing of the items is going to be such where he can stack back up here, taking very little damage from Locktar's LG as he does so. Locktar heading back out down the hall, Milton on the chase now, and with that LG, that's going to be a very, very short-lived chase. Locktar on his back leg here and grabbing yellow armor rocket launcher. Well, he's got to actually pace things out a little bit here. He's looking around a lot of corners. He's wondering where Milton have to exit very quickly. Actually, that was a good hallway to do so. He could actually get out of that situation without taking too much damage, but a lot of his armor's been burned off as he heads back into the rocket launcher room. Milton heads off, but he did get his first frag on the board there, but spawning fresh for both of these guys, Milton is going to be the one picking up red armor off of it. So still immediate stack for Milton here. Beautiful rocket from Locktar is going to knock a lot of that damage.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep, there you are, Phil.
What's the deal? What's going on here?
Well, we're seeing Milton rolling on top of Locktar's face so far. Locktar, I have to be honest, he's not looking too warmed up yet. He's wandering the map a little bit, playing some of the key positions, but Milton has found many ways to surprise him, get in the first bit of damage, and usually in QuakeWorld, as you know, the first bit of damage can also be the last bit of damage that you need. But Locktar does steal red armor, but as he heads out for rocket launcher, Milton's LG just wipes him out. So 8-on-1, only about 4 minutes into this, but this is looking very strong for Milton so far.
Well, Locktar did warm up. I saw him playing Axel, and Milton isn't controlling the red armor as well as he could. And if only Locktar could jump up to get it, he could have been getting a kill now. -1 for Locktar, that's pretty embarrassing. Although I gotta say, this is probably Milton's strongest map.
I'm sorry, I misinterpreted that damn HUD. Mine doesn't have a negative sign, which is a little annoying. But yeah, Milton definitely doing very good here. I think everybody was predicting that Milton would be very strong on ZTN. And going back to the initial spawn here, Milton did have rocket launcher mega health right off the bat, but that advantage, you know, it's since then been less about that initial spawn and more about Locktar just not really finding that initial hit and not really getting anything out of it. So Locktar looking not so well here. We're almost halfway through, but this is going to be best of 5, of course, and Milton's got a long way to go to wipe Locktar completely out. Locktar with 48 health, jumping over to red armor. He gets his kill. He gets out of there. grabs 30 health. This is his chance, and if he's going to have anything at all, this is going to be going aggressive right now, and he does pick that one up. So now he's got it up. Rocket jumps over to yellow armor, heading back over here. You know, he needs blood. He needs it now. But running into this situation, and Milton is obviously trying to stall him off here a little bit. Locktar needs to be a little bit more cautious going into this, and now we're seeing him slow down a little bit. But here's the thing. It doesn't really look like he knows where Milton's going to be coming from, so Milton is going to get first word on that fight. That rocket's going to be pushing Locktar out of there, and now he's essentially on the run again. And oh, that LG nearly took out Milton there.
Aha! Locktar's got a frag finally. I gotta tell you, it's not about how much blood you get here, it's armor you get here. Locktar was frantic because he was sweeping both armors, yellow and red, and even though he missed the second red, the second yellow saved his life. And now he's trying to get this red armor again. He's got 10 health, so he's gonna back off, but that's one of the keys to this map, is you gotta get both armors, or at least deny both armors to the enemy, and then you can win.
And so far, Milton being in a bad position. Locktar is just sticking around for it, though. And Locktar is going to be left with 4th off of this. He's sticking this out, wanting to see if he can get a lucky rocket and lucky grenade and catch Milton off guard. He knows he's probably going to be eating one here, but he wants to dish one out as well. Not going to be happening that way. Milton's coming back around the corner. A lot of his armor gets burned off, but Milton's able to pick another one off with the spawn there. So now 14 on 1, only 3.5 minutes left in this. Oh, Locktar picks one up there and now takes down Milton as he jumps over for red armor. So Locktar is going to be able to win out on this. Time is short for him to catch this back up. He knows it, and you can see how frantic his movement is. He's burning off a lot of that armor with these rocket jumps, and actually that one failing right there is going to be catching him out. He's not going to be able to do a lot here on the red armor, but he is able to pick up Mega. That's good.
Now he's picking up the armor. See, he's frantically going around the map to pick up the armors. As you can see, the red armors, the yellow armor was picked up, and now the red armor is picked up. Milton's waiting at the yellow, and it's not there. So he's using the teleporter to escape. Not fast enough. Anyway, in maybe 3 minutes, 10 frags here. So Locktar still can win this if Milton spawns fast enough.
If he does, but right now everything is going to be decided by how Milton just kind of pads this out. And Locktar, you can see he's looking for a way to catch Milton off guard, but that's the key thing I'm seeing in this match actually, is not so much the armor control and mega control, it's just the fact that Locktar is spending a good 3 seconds out of every 10 seconds looking for Milton, going, okay, where is he at, where is he coming from, where can I make this attack then? And Milton, you know, he's playing his own game, he's getting the armors willy-nilly like that, but he's not really concerned or wasting a lot of time hunting down Locktar. A lot of these fights, you know, Milton just kind of stumbles upon him, or vice versa, and Milton, you know, he's just not wasting a lot of time insofar as looking for these frags. He knows he's up by 10, which is a pretty strong advantage here so far with time running down the way it is, so not looking for extra frags and just kind of running the map, running the armors, keeping his stack up. Locktar he's got all the pressure on him, and to be honest, he's not really finding a way to put that pressure back on Milton.
Yeah, well, I mean, armor is important on any map, but on this map, the trick is, like, you can get that 1 minute spurt with 10 frags in 1 minute, and then use that cushion for the rest of the game. And this is what happened. Milton's got a quick lead, and now Locktar's out of time, and now he has to take these risky moves, and it's not all paying out for him, so it looks like Milton's going to win this, but it's closer than the scores look, actually.
Oh, totally. Yeah, this was a lot of things that were decided by getting off on the wrong foot for Locktar, and he's since then had trouble getting back on that, and he did have red armor advantage there, but he didn't show up for the next one right on time, and Milton was able to get a steal there right after Locktar did, so a lot of that advantage was burned off pretty quickly. And again, the ambushes have just been in Milton's favor, so we're going to be seeing the last minute here. Milton will be taking ZTN. Do we know what map is coming up next?
I don't know, but I gotta tell you this, that Locktar is an old school player, so GM2, GM4, GM6, that's the 3 maps he has to win if he wants to win this best of 5. Because Milton's just unstoppable on Aerowalk and on ZTN. You really need to have all your cards go your way to win it on these maps.
Indeed you do, and actually Aerowalk, I believe, was the one map we didn't see last time, but that's a map I'd still be hesitant to say that Milton would be a shoo-in for. I still want to kind of give that advantage over to Locktar for that, but in my mind, I don't know if you were hearing this earlier, but I really think if this does go to 5 maps, the deciding map, the crux of it, will be DM2. The way that Locktar plays it's so unique to his own playstyle. Milton, though, really brought it in solidly the last time and really put a kibosh on that playstyle. So unless Locktar can bring something different on DM2, he's going to have a lot of ground to catch up against Milton. But we're going to be seeing map number 2 coming up here in just a minute. Don't go away.
And Milton with the green armor spawn, telefrag, mega, but that was Locktar. But Milton does get the red armor spawn, so not all is lost. The first frag goes to Locktar, but the first red armor goes to Milton, and that's what's important.
Indeed it is, because that red armor controlling that is everything. So if Milton doesn't give anything away here, and that bit of teleporter really put him in a bad position here. This is not a great place for Milton to be attacking this. Locktar is weak, but coming around the corner, did not hear it. Locktar eats a frag, and Milton regains control of the red armor room there. It was looking a little shaky for him for a second, but again, that one nice prediction rocket is going to be giving that, and 2 more frags to boot. Mega health will be coming up here. Milton is going to be getting the grab. Locktar is actually looking over red armor again. He's looking to make an attack happen. Maybe not for control, but definitely for damage, and he does get a solid hit in there, but it's not going to be enough to wrest away that control from Milton or make him think too much about sticking around in that area.
Milton never lost control there. He had the LG, and that's the important part. Locktar still does not have LG. If you don't have LG, attacking that red armor is so much more difficult, especially if you're on the lower level. So Milton just used that LG to push him off, and now he's got 3 red armors. He's sweeping that LG. You see, he's even picking up the cells, so the Locktar can't get it. And they both have equal rockets, but Locktar has nothing, no health, no armor.
And they just traded damage here, but here's the thing, again, Milton not having any stack, he's substantially worse off of that fight than Milton is. And now coming back around here, Milton's actually, he's being pretty, nice telefrag there, beautiful work done by Milton.
But it works for Locktar, look at this, he's got the red armor now.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's what I was about to
mention
mention before that telefrag happened, is that Milton is being a little wide in his route, I would say. He's leaving that red armor up quite a bit, so making a frag happen with that telefrag, was cool and all, but again, leaving the chance for Locktar to spawn right at the red armor, that's going to give him a foothold in this map, and, Milton v. Locktar, I don't think Milton wants to give Locktar any slack whatsoever.
Well, here, he's giving up the lightning gun for the vertical position. If you have that top position, it's so much easier for you to attack the lightning gun guy. Locktar's trying to keep the red armor, but he just can't, because he doesn't have that positional advantage. So now Milton, I think Milton is really shutting out this DM6. He has given up a red armor or so, and maybe a LG, but he never gives up the initiative in this match. And what I mean by that, he never, the fight comes to him, not the other way around.
Right now, Locktar playing the teleporters, he's going to be able to get Mega here, but again, unless he can make the push into red armor. Another frag happening at the exit of that teleporter, but Locktar this time is not going to be getting a lucky spawn. He's moving into the red armor room, picking up rocket launcher, but Milton's going to be there. He has LG, he has rocket launcher, he has every advantage here, so Locktar is going to be leaving. I'm sure he was looking to get timing on red armor and also do maybe a little bit of damage on Milton as he did so, but now Milton's going to be able to pick up mega health as well. So Locktar, every time he ventures out to go look for these little bits of advantage, he ends up giving something else up, and Milton is very, very quick to fill those gaps. Milton taking a bit of rocket splash off of that, and he's down to 157, 140, but still majorly in control. Locktar has a little bit of LG, but nowhere near enough to really bring anything against Milton. So right now, it's going to take a major fuck-up from Milton to give this back over to Locktar.
Well, one thing that on this map is important and on the maps also is ammo. And you'll notice that Milton now has 5 rockets, 15 cells, and that's really not a comfortable amount of ammunition. He's not picking up the cells ammo that he could right now, because that could put him into a risky situation. So he's letting the mega hunt down. He's controlling the red armor. He knows that this chokehold he's holding, that Locktar can't get through. See? And so he's going to pick up the red armor in 10 seconds, then get the mega health, and then get the red armor again. And on that way, he will get the ammo.
And every rocket he's been throwing out so far, yeah. Oh, but Milton's looking a little weak here. He's going up the tube for the Mega Room, now spawning it out, but he does have timing on it. And Locktar, now he's on the top of the map, though. He doesn't have a whole lot of advantage, only 17 cells, but he can maybe do a little bit of damage. Yeah. That was actually a bit of a surprise from Milton, but Locktar was able to get a clean grab for red armor there. Only one rocket left, though, so he's going to have trouble doing a lot of damage against Milton unless he can catch him with the cells. He now has 41 after the drop down. Locktar's going up the tubes as well, though. Milton doubling back through teleporter, and he's going to be having to work his way back over red armor. 100 green armor for him right now, but Locktar does have the advantage. There's only 4 frags between them, and here on DM6, that can go away extremely quickly. Milton, he's looking pretty chilled out, though. I kind of say he's being pretty, you know, cautious here, but also
he's really just things.
Yeah.
Either the mega or the counterattack. Right now it's Locktar's move, and Milton is waiting for it. There's the mega for Milton, and now he has a chance. Locktar's in behind him, though. Milton's got to run for it, and a kill for Locktar, but a red armor spawn for Milton. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. Good spawn from Milton. Keeps Locktar off his butt for just a couple more minutes.
And I'm just remembering how last time we saw these guys go head-to-head, unless I'm thinking of somebody completely different, we had quite a bit of overtime, and it really just came down to one rocket from Milton to pick this one up, or was it Locktar? Either way, it was fucking amazing. But we've got just about 4 minutes left here. Milton's still in charge of the frags, but now Locktar's lost a bit of that advantage that he had. Again, a lot of momentum has cut out from under Locktar here. Milton controlling the top of the map, overlooking everything. Only 4 rockets make that 3, throwing it out, though, and he's going to be able to show up here for the next spawn of red armor. So he's back in, you know, positional and item control here. So again, every bit of momentum that Locktar had in order to press his advantage and do some damage and get some frags done on Milton, a lot of time is going to get burnt off now before Locktar sees that kind of opportunity come again.
See there, Milton didn't take the tube, and he's got back red armor, mega health, everything. But as good as Milton is with positional and item control and everything, Locktar is just such an amazing attacking player that you never really count him out. That one time when he had the red armor, Milton just had 20, 40 health, and Locktar just couldn't finish him off, but he got so much damage done to Milton that it could have happened. Oh boy, but now it's 3 minutes, and 10-2. Milton is racking up the frags quickly.
Indeed, he has a nice, fresh spawn frag there, and Milton's going to be able to take this one. And, you know, I've been a little wondering about how much ground Milton's been covering between red armor spawns. He's been leaving some things up, maybe, you know, a little bit too long. It does leave some holes for Locktar to open up, but maybe that was intentional to kind of throw off Locktar's ability to kind of, you know where Milton's going to be coming from and know how to attack when he makes those attacks happen. So we've only seen a couple of successes on that
Locktar
front. Yep.
Watch this, watch this.
Oh, he's behind Milton, but Milton's going to get surprised by a rocket, but finishing with the LG is going to be on Milton's side, and a free one off of the spawn. So now 12-2, running out of time. But I'm really wondering how intentional that was of Milton to kind of change up his routing the way he did, because Locktar, the only couple times he was able to get a steal for red armor were essentially freebies. One of them off a spawn, one of them when Milton was just on the other side of the map. Other than that, Locktar's really had a lot of trouble, you know, attacking Milton on red armor. We haven't seen a lot of fights happen in that room, in fact. We've seen a couple pot shots, but the usual kind of, you know, major attacks and rushes, we really haven't seen many of those at all.
Yeah, that was a nice little ninja move about Locktar, but even if he, instead of attacking, waited for the red armor, which I would have preferred, I don't think he would have gotten it, because Milton was waiting there and he would come back for the red armor when it spawns. I don't know, we'll never find out. But that's the thing is that Milton is, I mean, yeah, he does change up the way he moves, but here picks up a frag, he never really loses control of the map. Even when Locktar spawns the red armor, he's unable to control the next red armor, and that means that Milton is continuously in map control.
Exactly, and when it comes down to it, getting 1 or 2 freebies is nice, but if you don't use that to get the next bout of item spawns, it just doesn't do you any good, and it's just a moment relapse in your loss. And so far that loss has been Locktar's. 15-on-2 here. We're seeing the final 50 seconds run down, and this will be 2-0 for Milton so far. Locktar losing heavily in both of the maps here, and so we're going to be seeing one more chance to keep Locktar in this, and even if he does take this first set of best of 5, he's got to pull another one together since he's coming up from the loser's bracket. But so far, Milton's been very, very strong here, and the favorited Locktar might be in some trouble here. Do we know what the next map is going to be? Because this third one is going to be very, very important.
I don't know about the whole favorite business. It's a toss-up. Milton's just never really played a duel tournament in so many years, but everybody knows he's the king, and now he's proving it in style.
Oh, it looks like Aerowalk will be map number 3. Phil, why don't you go ahead and start us off here on map number 3, Aerowalk.
Milton with the Mega and Yellow, and Locktar with nothing but the rocket launcher. So that means Milton now has, oh, he misses the rocket jump and gets killed. And that was unfortunate, because there he was able to pick up the red armor had he made the rocket jump, and now he's got to stick with the yellow armor. So this gives Locktar an opening advantage, I think, because he's got, yeah, he's a frag. He's got a frag and he's got the red. The other thing though, on this map, the red is on most maps the important thing, but on this map, it's always the case, or sometimes it's the case, that yellow and Mega are more important, even though they're harder to defend.
And you know, on Aerowalk, I would be tempted to say something along the lines of the red armor being less important for the item itself and more important for where it is. A lot of game-deciding frags and damage can happen right there, but Milton down by 2. You know, just as we were talking about him being down by that one frag, I was being aware of the fact that Milton was being very, very evasive and not really giving Locktar any room to just go head up and all that aggressive. That could be Locktar's fault, but Milton was able to pick up green, then yellow, then Mega in quick succession there before finally getting fragged as well. So Evelyn is not in control here. He's going to be able to stay alive long enough to do some damage against Locktar and maybe make a move in for the next one. But as he kind of runs back and forth, oh, but there's a lucky spawn right on the red armor. But yeah, moving back and forth down there, Locktar was just able to rain down the damage. But that's 3-0 so far, Locktar's advantage. But Milton spawning red armor, that could turn things around here.
Yeah, he does have red armor, and now, wait, who has the Mega? I don't know. Locktar's waiting for it, though. And that's a good point, that the red armor is also important for its location, because that's where the LG is. And the LG is Locktar's weapon, as we know. Milton picks up the frag. He might get this Mega here, too. And that's going to give him an effective map lock, as much of a map lock as you can get on this map. I don't think there is such a thing as map lock on this map, by the way. But anyways, Milton has everything. As you can see, Locktar's got no armor, 77 health.
Oof. But Milton does pick one up as Locktar actually loses one of his frags. Just about 2 minutes into this, but this has been a very, very tense 2 minutes, keeping this very close, not seeing an initial lockdown from Milton's point of view right off the bat. In fact, Milton's been the one having to bring this one back, but even on this map, places where we've seen trouble, places where we've seen Locktar having some trouble getting some advantage back, Milton is able to actually play this kind of slow, and I'm actually enjoying the pace that he's doing here on Aerowalk. Locktar is going to pick that third frag back up. He's only up by 2, though. Milton taking quite a bit of rocket splash as he tries to exit here. Locktar trying to lock down that side of the map, but Milton is going to be staying alive pretty well once again, moving in for red armor. Red armor's up, and he's on the top of the stairs. He has some advantage here, but now he's out of rockets, and Locktar may not know it, but Milton's lost every advantage he's had there. He picks up rockets, drops down for the Mega, but oh, gets picked off on it as well as a spawn frag. Milton eating another one to the face as well. Locktar is only at 28 health right now, so Locktar's got to be a little bit careful. Mega health is going to be mostly gone. Oh, I'm sorry, that was only 28 armor, but Locktar picking up red armor once again. Taking a bit of damage from Milton, but Locktar is still up by 5 here.
This is why I hate this map. Map lock means dick. Did you see that? Milton had red armor, yellow armor, Mega health, rocket cells, everything, and then Locktar comes back. He picked up the Mega, I think, and then the yellow, and now he's like 6-1. This map is all about, I mean, map lock, you can get it, but it's not about map lock like other maps. It's about how fast you can move, how fast he can get in their face, and tying an armor
Exactly.
here and there, you know, on the side is always a good bonus point. But it's about how fast you can pressure the opponent, and Locktar's just, you know, he's like the best at that kind of pressure. I'm speechless just because Locktar's putting him in school here. Finally, Milton gets a frag though with the red armor control.
Oh, and there's
one.
a spawn frag, 2 spawn frags, brings it within 1, and you mentioning, you know, this map being all about that aggression. That's the kind of zone I was talking about before this, hoping to see Locktar get into it, but as you can see, Milton is playing this map. I want to say he's playing it a little bit slow here, and that may be an effort to make sure that Locktar doesn't really have an ability to kind of put a lockdown on the teleporters and meet Milton with damage every corner he comes around. And Milton, having that control, being very aggressive here, picks up a frag advantage. 7 on 6 right now, just about hitting the halfway point, and we only have 1 frag between these guys. And I am loving that so far here on Aerowalk. Next bit of red armor is going to be very important. Locktar does pick it up. He's a little low on health though, only 3 rockets, make that 2.
Paradoxically, Milton has nothing to lose. If you think about it, he's got 2 maps to 0, so he knows he can beat Locktar easily. And then he's got, you know, a backup best of 5 if he loses this one. And then Locktar has to win 3 in a row to do that. So Milton he's just on control right now, I think. I think he's very confident, and he's up a frag.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, he can let Locktar win here, and it wouldn't be the end of the world.
I was about to say, because, you know, I was seeing that in some of the other maps, and maybe it's just because my sound isn't working, but looking at Milton, he seems to be very, very non-concerned with a lot of these frags, and when he's in control and he's getting the frags, they all seem to come naturally, and he's not really struggling for a lot here. He was down, now he's up by 3. Locktar did get red armor spawn, looking to do some LG damage, but his LG's a little bit off there. Milton ends up taking some damage, faces off Locktar with the rocket. Locktar down to no armor, only 85 health, and here in QuakeWorld, that can get burned off just by sneezing on you. But Milton's going to be able to RJ up for red armor, get the grab. Locktar's late to it, did not quite pick up the sound cue fast enough to do enough damage on Milton. And Locktar does pick up yellow armor, but now he's taking rockets from above. And Milton is just be raining down the pain. But Milton, oh, I don't know if that was a faked out jump for that teleporter there, but Locktar not going through it. Milton did the drop down, which might have been a little too risky, but Milton was able to pick up the frag there anyway. 11-5, only 3.5 minutes left on this.
That was Milton saying, I can kill you even when I'm falling above you and my back to you. And that's just how Milton plays. He plays nonchalant. He has this economy of motion thing where he doesn't move too much, but all his shots land perfectly. And that's just from years and years and years of 4-on-4 play. Just because you have to coordinate so well and do so little and achieve so much with it.
You know, I really could not have said that any better here. Locktar really, I think, losing his shit here. Off of the spawn, he's backing out of the fight. He spawns red armor, but red armor was not up, and it comes up right after he leaves. He's going back to it like a lovesick puppy, or maybe a homesick abortion, but, you know, either way, he's just looking for... he's looking for items that are just not his to grab, and he's paying the price for it every time he moves in. And so it looks like, with time running down, Locktar, I don't think he's going to be able to get a lockdown on this map again. I think that moment has passed. He's going to be able to pick up this red armor, but Milton still very strong on this. What would you say, Phil, has been plaguing Locktar for all 3 of these maps? I mean, I don't think it's just simply fair to say that he's been outplayed. I think there's been actually something missing from Locktar here. Or maybe it's the way that Milton's been playing off of him. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you. Well, there's Locktar with a frag and another, but he's got, what, 2 minutes to make up 13 frags.
He's only got 10 health.
The point is that
Mega.
There's a matchup issue. This is a similar matchup that he had versus Bulat, and yet Bulat has so much less experience than Milton. And I mean, all credit to Locktar, he got this far. He beat everybody so far but Milton. And so it's like, what do you do to beat Milton? What do you have to do? It's just the kind of player he is, the balance between the brain play and this kind of pressure play that he can do everything on all the maps. I don't know what to say. How can you beat him?
You know, and I think a lot of that is just due to the fact that Locktar is looking to just get into a spot where he could just run and go aggressive and, you know, run the map, pick up items on his way, and pick up frags along the rest of the way. And Milton just really has not allowed that kind of gameplay. So 21 on 8, we're seeing a lot of garbage time here. A lot of these frags are just going to be icing on the cake, but that cake will be going over to Milton, and that is no lie.
Some players, when they're up there so much, they let it go and they start losing. But Milton's been there, done that, doesn't want to do it again. He's just so fucking experienced. And he has an answer for everything. This is the way I see it. Maybe not that rocket though.
Alright, so this is going to be garbage time here. Final 30 seconds, and for those wanting a whole 5 maps, I don't know if this is anticlimactic or maybe even more climatic, the fact that Milton taking a very, very decisive 3-0 on Locktar here in the grand finals of Ownage. I think with the grand finals, I've come to expect a full 5 maps, a full tooth and nail, 1 frag victories on several maps spanning, you know, just about the entire pool. But Milton, I don't know, today's definitely his day. Locktar, not so much. Milton will be taking the victory, will be taking the 3rd map, will be taking the set, and will be taking the crown of the Ownage Duel Cup here on quakeworld.nu.